Welcome to stage 4 of the Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge. Today's outing is sponsored by Abu Dhabi Aviation and the Yas Marina circuit, which we visited during scrutineering. ADA has a crucial role when it comes to health and safety, providing the medical assistance helicopters that keep a close eye on the riders and drivers. A shade under 250 kilometres to be covered today, with temperatures once again soaring to nearly 40 degrees Celsius and quite a bit of wind to contend with as well. Well, this hasn't been the easiest of rallies for Kevin Benavides. After his crash yesterday, the Argentine had gearbox problems today. That meant he was stuck in second gear for 200 kilometres. As you'd imagine, he shipped a fair chunk of time, coming in 50 minutes down. Fittingly, for somebody who has had so much bad luck, Benavides is 13th overall. Nacho Cornejo was on course for a top 5 finish until he suffered a late crash. The Chilean broke his roadbook tower, and that meant riding the last 30 kilometres one-handed. He ended up 10th. He's now 10 minutes off the pace.
It just hasn't been my week, you know. A lot of things has happened to me, so we'll try to finish strong tomorrow with a solid stage and try to cheer up a little bit.
Nacho's teammate Ricky Brabeck fared much better on his Honda. The American found this one pretty straightforward, even if the wind was a factor, blowing away some of the lines in the sand. Brabeck came 4th and goes into the final stage trailing the leader by 2.5 minutes. Well, nothing like a close-up view of the action. The highest placed of the Honda riders is their newest member, Pablo Quintanilla. He set off 5th today and managed to gain some time on the riders ahead of him. It wasn't always easy, pushing in the soft sand, and he spent the whole day solo, but still 3rd place, and he's now just 23 seconds off top spots. Toby Price had his best result of the week in 2nd, and he only missed out on the stage victory by 32 seconds. This was the kind of terrain that suits him, with no big surprises. The Australian will head into the final day in 3rd place overall. Now, Luciano Benavides was agonisingly close to victory on leg 2, narrowly missing out to Ross Branch, but the Argentine got it done today, taking his first ever stage win in Rally Raid.
Finally I won the stage. I'm really happy. I wait many years to have this moment, to win a stage and put my name in as a stage winner.
Matthias Falkner did a fine job opening today, but it still cost him over 8 minutes. He's surely too far back now to fight for overall victory. The Austrian just navigating his way through the desert traffic, and his efforts proved invaluable for Sam Sunderland. The British rider caught his old teammate after 85 kilometres and praised him for doing most of the legwork up at the front. Sunderland stays top of the pile, and he'll be setting off after most of his rivals tomorrow. Only 2.5 minutes separating the top 4 with 1 stage to go. Hero rider Joaquim Rodriguez moves up into the top 5. Juraj Varga is one of the 3 quads competing here as he builds towards next year's Dakar. The Slovak trails the leader, Abdulaziz Achli, by almost 2 hours.
I think that's something like 25 of the desert challenges.
So my father did it 3 times. We rode with David McBride, so me riding with his son now is following on in the legacy.
It's very much a local team, work hard, play hard kind of attitude. To give a stepping stone for local Baja races, stuff like that, to assist in people to coming to a World Championship event like this.
We're, somewhat regular people compared to these world-class, races. So it's just an amazing experience to race the same route, that these guys are racing.
So definitely have an advantage growing up here, learning how to ride and drive in the desert long before we could do it legally on the road. Still very challenging for us. It's definitely a race that is far and beyond what I thought it was going to be. So it was a big week ahead.
There was a time today where we all sort of bunched up, and it was great because we sort of took it in turns leading. We missed the waypoint, and me and Oren decided to go back, and we'll, carried on.
I think there's a small bet going around some of the crew to see which one of us wins out of the three of us, and there might be a forfeit whoever loses.
And it's really nice that it's nearly a social aspect to it. Makes it a bit more exciting than doing it solo or doing it with one of the big commercial teams here.
Yeah, it'll be something that I always do. I'll always have a passion for. Well, I think it'd be something I'd continue forever.
The dream for, I think, all of us, if I could speak on behalf of them, is to do Dakar one day. It makes a lot of sense to build up experience here, and if we can get the right package together, get over to Saudi and make that happen.
The dunes of the empty quarter await the drivers of the Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge. But before getting to grips with the sand, the wilderness and the wildlife, there's always time for a chat about yesterday's stage. Yazid Al-Raji saw his hopes of a podium go up in smoke yesterday because of mechanical issues and a massive penalty. But the Saudi was back on form today, zipping to third place in his overdrive Toyota Hilux.
Yeah, I feel everything going well with us. We enjoy it, that's most important, and they do a great job and everything going well. Unlucky yesterday, but can happen. And look forward and see what's going on tomorrow.
Sebastian Halpern finished 5th here in November, and he's currently 5th again in spite of being over 4 hours down. The Argentine has real pedigree. He just came 8th at the Dakar, and he has a chance to improve his position in the World Rally Raid Championship. Sebastian Loeb is now 4th overall and 2nd among the W2RC drivers. The Frenchman had good pace, but it wasn't quite enough to land the stage victory. 2nd place for the 3rd day in a row. Jakub Brzezinski has had all sorts of ups and downs in Abu Dhabi. He lost time repairing a hydraulic jack yesterday, but the pole has stayed pretty consistent and he finds himself 3rd overall. He's promised to push again tomorrow. Martin Prokop is on course to finish the rally in 2nd. His co-driver Viktor Chitka has some back issues, so the Czech driver didn't overdo it, curbing his WRC instincts to cruise home in 5th. Stefan Petter Hansel insists there are no easy stages at the Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge, and given that he has a pretty handy lead overall, he didn't take any risks. No problems with the Audi and no overheating in spite of the soaring temperatures. He's 1 day away from his 8th title. Meanwhile, Nasser Al-Attiyah made it a hat-trick of wins for the Toyota Gazoo racing team. Another 5 W2RC points in the bag. The Qatari is still over 20 hours back though, in 8th place overall.
Everybody on go.
Petter Hansel still over 30 minutes clear of Prokop. Brzezinski has a handsome advantage over Loeb in the fight for the final podium spot. Kees Kolen remains our lone ranger in the trucks. 5 more points for the Dutchman in the W2RC. He's on course to snatch the overall lead from Martin Matchik. It was another one of those days for Seth Quintero in the lightweight vehicles. The American looked to have hauled himself back into contention yesterday, but with around 90k to go, he lost the rear differential in his OT3. Another hour and 10 minutes down the drain.
We'll see what happens. It's don't have a lot of confidence right now. Just take it day by day, I guess.
Hernan Garces is driving with Juan Pablo Letrac, who usually navigates for Chaleco Lopez. But the two former teammates had agreed to get the band back together before they knew that Chaleco would be coming here to Abu Dhabi. They were in third place for the second day running. Cristina Gutierrez had no issues with her Red Bull today, but she struggled to keep pace with Chaleco. Unless he runs into mechanical trouble tomorrow, she'll probably have to settle for second place. After yesterday's problems, a much smoother day for Lopez and his co-driver Paolo Cecchi, another former biker. They took the stage win by 8 minutes, and they now have a pretty decent cushion heading into the final day. 9 minutes 33 is the gap up at the top. Quintero stays third ahead of Konrad Rautenbach, with Annette Fischer an hour further back in fifth. There's an almighty battle raging for second place in the SSVs. Rokas Baciuskas had to get used to the heat and the big dunes here, but the 22-year-old Lithuanian is a fast learner. A few minutes dropped today, but he remains a whisker ahead of Michał Goksal. The pole is really breathing down Baciuska's neck. There are just 13 seconds separating the two men before tomorrow's final showdown. The younger Goksal was second today, 39 seconds behind his older brother, Marek. Well, the 46-year-old Marek has been on sensational form in Abu Dhabi, winning 3 of the 4 stages. After some near misses and a rather frustrating end to the Dakar, he's on course to bring this one home for the Cobalt Energielandia rally team. Yesterday we had some technical issues, but today it was my kind of stage. Short with twists and turns. A bit straight at the end, but still the kind of stage I love. The top 3 still in a world of their own, with a 7-hour gap back to Małgorzata Golda in 4th. We're getting towards the business end of this rally, and after a memorable day for Luciano Benavides, the bikers have one last chance to improve their overall position tomorrow before the points are dished out in the W2RC. As for Chaleco Lopez, he's looking to double up after his victory on the Dakar. Today was a good day. Paolo did a solid job, we were consistent. Tomorrow we hope to reach the finish line in the best possible way, but today was a good day. 5 more points each for this quartet of crews, some extending their overall lead, others closing the gap. Well, tomorrow we'll be saying farewell to Qasr Al Sarab and heading back to Abu Dhabi, but there could still be surprises in store over the sands. So join us for Stage 5, and thanks very much for watching.
Yeah.